Wednesday show. Wednesday show. Wednesday show. Hello, everybody. We're coming to you guys live from Disney Springs tonight. Look at how lovely. So tonight what we're going to be doing is we are joined with Frank. We were joined with Frank a few weeks ago too, and then if you watched that episode, you know we lost him immediately. I literally just lost him seconds into going live. Where'd he go? And we found him like with minutes to go of the last one. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to be kind of taking a walk around Disney Springs, doing some fun facts. We'll do some trivia with Frank, if Frank is here. We'll do us versus you guys trivia. Well, Frank versus you. I have my full faith in you, unless we'll let Frank and you guys choose the topic, so it's kind of fair. But first, we'll see if Frank shows up here at all. But I do apologize for not joining us live on Saturday for our Saturday in the Park this past week. I was up in Wisconsin, and then this coming up week, we are still going to have our Saturday in the Park. It's just going to be at a different time, mainly due to the fact that I am doing the Wine and Dine 10K that morning. So usually I go back and I take a nap till about the time when we actually start doing our broadcast. And because of that, our broadcast will be later in the day. I just don't know when exactly yet. But we will be coming to you live from the park on Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on this YouTube channel. So make sure you join us there as well. My guess, 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock. Just not 100% positive yet. But as always, hello everyone, welcome to the 741st, I want to say, episode of The Wednesday Show. Today is November 1st, 2023, and I'm your host, as always, Brenda. Hello. Today we're coming to you live from Disney Springs. We're going to be taking a walk around, doing some trivia, doing some fun facts, and a whole lot more. So make sure you join us. We are joined by Frank, like I said. I just don't know where he went to. He was literally right behind you. I was leaning against this trash can, taking a picture for the thumbnail, and he said, "I'll be right back," and then I turned around, and he was completely gone. So I have zero clue where he is. But if he's not here, our trivia is going to be a little bit more difficult, but we can also do trivia between you guys and myself as well. I'm guessing he went this way. He likes pins, so I'm thinking he might have gone to the pin store. But like I said, I have zero clue where he might have gone to. But while we're in the pin store, before we get inside here, we'll do some trivia. Where is Frank? I do not see him anywhere. Frank! Alright, let's take a look at these pins. So if you look at Minnie here and Mickey, they do have a variety of pins. Hey Matt, we got Nemo here and Stitch. Over here we got Captain Hook, Cinderella, Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, Flounder, Sebastian, and Tarzan. And no Frank. Where did Frank go? Alright, Frank, where'd you go? I'm just afraid that if I leave this area, we will lose him forever. I could also see him going into the Star Wars shop, but not as likely as him going into the pin shop. But I can see pretty much the entire Star Wars shop right now, with no luck. But I guess we're gonna go rogue for now, and hopefully Frank will catch up to us at some point. He knows to watch the Wednesday show. He said, "I'll be right back," and then we never saw him again. You know what? Let's do the bridge over here, because that way, if he tunes into the thing, it's going to be easier for him to find us, because it's not going to be as crowded as it is on the other side. And then we'll make our way down towards the west side here. Frank, where are you? And you'll see some people bundled up today. It is a little bit chillier than it's been. I wouldn't say it's cold, but if you look at cast members, they're like so bundled up. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's do our first fun find of the evening. Now, if you ever want like a really cool time capsule, and I love a good time capsule, especially when they deal with Disney. Over here we have the coolest time capsule of all. I know you're thinking, oh, like does it have it so we can like dig down and look inside and kind of see the past of Disney? Not digging, but yeah. So if you look at the carousel here, all of the different panels that are at the top here and then on the top of the actual carousel actually show what Disney Springs, or Downtown Disney as it was known at the time, looked like when this carousel was put into place. So if you look at the top here, we got not just Bricky, the Lego dragon, but we also have more Lego characters that used to be out there on the water as well. If you look over here, this is the old World of Disney entrance, the main entrance that faced the stage with Mickey and Minnie there. Oh, here we go. It's going to start going. Up here on the top, we have a kaleidoscope. That kaleidoscope used to be sitting between Ghirardelli and World of Disney. This is the old entrance to Downtown Disney. Team Mickey, which is where Trendy currently sits, or no, the Marketplace Co-op currently sits. Now it's going really fast here. There it is, the carousel. Bricky, the soak pad, which is still there, the train that's still here. Team Mickey, the kaleidoscope. Oh, the giant mushrooms. Remember the giant mushrooms? They used to be located right around the corner up here. You still have two of them, but a lot of the giant mushrooms are no longer here. So two, or maybe it's just one. Might just be one of them still. So over here at Rainforest Cafe, which is currently under refurbishment, you used to have it so it's still open though. If you want to come down here and you want to get some good Rainforest Cafe food, like the great chicken sandwich, which I highly recommend, then you can still come down here. But the outside is being refurbished. So this entire area used to be filled with giant mushrooms. So you have the one giant mushroom that's right here in front of us, but this entire area here used to be giant mushrooms as well. And then as time went on, they kind of did a little bit of expanding, and then eventually they would actually open up this massive volcano. This massive volcano came in 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly when, but I do remember that it was not there when I first moved down there, but now it's here, obviously. And right now with the refurbishment going on for the volcano, unfortunately the volcano does not shoot out lava and fire like it used to, but it's still out there. So if you want to eat at Rainforest Cafe, it is still open for your enjoyment. Also, if you want to get a good old, what's it called? Dole Whip. This is where you get it right here. Swirls on the water. Alright, let's make our way downtown. Well, not downtown. This is all kind of downtown, but it's actually Disney Springs. Should we go through it? You guys want to hear the story of Disney Springs, like the backstory, not the true story, but the actual backstory of how Disney Springs became Disney Springs? If you want it, say yeah or oh yeah. While you guys figure out if you want the backstory, let's also do a cool fun fact here. So right in front of us is the paddlefish. Now the paddlefish has been here since pretty much when this entire area first opened up. I believe the boat here debuted, and it's boat, quote unquote boat. The boat opened up in 1973 as the Empress Lily. Now, when it was the Empress Lily, it was actually a tribute to Lillian Disney, Walt's wife Lillian, or Lily, and that's who it was actually named after. Eventually would go through a few different changes. Right now it's not ran by the Disney company, but it's still on Disney property. Kind of like a lot of the other restaurants here, like Rainforest Cafe right behind us, T-Rex right there, Ghirardelli over there, where they are third-party companies that are found here. But when they originally were going through, there's a car in the water, no! It's just the driver all by himself. I've done this experience once. It was really cool, but not worth the money. But originally, when they would open up, about 6 months after they would open up, they actually had it so they were trying to figure out what to do during the Christmas season, and they decided to have it so Santa Claus could come to town, but not any town. He would actually come to downtown Disney, or the marketplace as it was known at that time. And when they would get to the marketplace, when they would come through the marketplace, they would have it so Santa could come here, and they would actually have it so Santa would sit down with families, go around to tables, greet all the children, and have it so they could ask Santa for what they wanted for Christmas. This would actually be the very first time in history that there would ever be a quote-unquote character dining. So because of the success of the Santa Claus character dining here at the Empress Lily, eventually Disney said, oh, you know what? A lot of people had a great time. We were afraid that Santa was going to get completely filthy with kids going up and hugging him and stuff. But they had to change the clothes in the back for him, so in case anything went wrong, they could switch things out and they could have it so things would continue smoothly. And because of that, they said, oh, you know what? Maybe we should actually have it so we turn the idea of character dining into a full-time thing. So because of the Empress Lily and Santa Claus, we now have character dining at places like Chef Mickey's, or that's the only one I can think of right now. There's so many other ones. Ohana in the morning. There's so many places. Crystal Palace. I'm just drawing the biggest blank right now on different names. It's been a long day. I was in Wisconsin this morning. Now I'm in Florida. And I still can't find Frank. I have no idea where he's at. So we'll continue here. Okay, let's look at the chat room here. Oh wait, we got for the backstory of Disney Springs. So let's do the backstory of Disney Springs. You know what? We got to go to the backstory of Disney Springs for it to fully make sense. Now, originally when they were going through and trying to come up with the idea of Disney Springs, obviously downtown Disney was already a massive place. But for those of you who never experienced downtown Disney before Disney Springs ever came around, to give you an idea of how things were situated around here, this was all here. But then if you look straight ahead at Uniqlo, I always forget how to pronounce it. But if you look straight ahead at Uniqlo, that was not there. That was actually a parking lot. What? Yeah, that's right. So that was actually a parking lot at one point. In fact, not only was that a parking lot, but the parking garages were not around either. The parking garage that is found right over here, the Lime Garage, was part of that extended parking lot. And on top of that, it was actually part of the location where the Disney cast member cast services was located. So this is going to be the spot where cast members can go in, they can get their costumes and get their schedules, and they can go up and say, I want a better shift. Whatever cast members do. And so this whole area just did not exist. Now this whole area was still here right up until about where those people are walking. That's going to be where McDonald's was at one point, then eventually would switch over to Pollo de Campero, the chicken place. I got food poisoning there twice, and I never went back. But eventually, Disney said that there's a lot of these different places that people are leaving Disney property to go to different outlet malls around the area. And they said, you know what, instead of having it so people are on our property and leaving property to go to these outlet malls, why don't we have some of the most popular locations at these outlet malls and bring them over here instead? So Disney came up with the idea of expanding downtown Disney and creating a brand new backstory, which we're going to share in just a few minutes here, and call it Disney Springs as well. So when Disney Springs opened up, they would go through and all of these new shops would open up. Now with that, we did get 2 brand new areas, and we also lost 1 area as well. Pleasure Island used to be around in the back area where we can still find Raglan Road, which was around when Pleasure Island was around. But most of the other things was unfortunately closed up forever. Now the whole backstory of Pleasure Island, we did an entire episode on like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. a long time ago. There he is. We found Frank. I literally said, I was like, we literally did a show with Frank like 3 weeks ago, and he went missing within seconds. And then today, you went missing within seconds. Okay, so we're gonna do the backstory that we're gonna talk about, and then, Frank, you start thinking of trivia topics that you want us to throw, and then we're gonna do trivia between you and the people in the chat room.
Okay.
So you can think of things that are gonna be like softballs to you.
Okay.
Because no matter what, I think they're gonna beat you. All right, so we just kind of covered the actual backstory of how Disney Springs came about, but now it's time for the fictional backstory. And as you know, I like backstories more than the history, so let's go through it. So up around the corner here, we've got an amazing place. Frank loves it. I love it. Frank, you love it, right? Deluxe Burger?
Oh yeah.
So we both love Deluxe Burger. I think it's one of the best places in the area. But as the story of Disney Springs goes, the entire area started at Deluxe Burger. But at that point, it was just a farm family's ranch that they just had a lot of land for. So when this family would go through and they would have the ranch, eventually what would happen is they had all this land. They didn't really know what to do with all the land besides, you know, have a pretty successful farm, which is why they have burgers here, because obviously burgers and cows go hand in hand, unfortunately for the cows. And when they were going through, eventually they decided to dig a brand new well. When they were digging this brand new well, they discovered the most classic, the most crisp, the most refreshing cup of water they've ever had in their entire life. So with that, they started to have it so they advertised how they have the freshest water in all the land, and more people started to come to this area. Now, when this was happening, other businesses started to buy the area or buy the property in the area and start to have different businesses pop up, like the Springs Bottling Company right in front of us. Now, if you've ever gone inside of Morimoto Asia, which is the name of the restaurant that's inside the Springs Bottling Company, eventually Springs Bottling Company would go out of business. Morimoto Asia would actually come in and take over. That's part of our fictional backstory, not actual backstory. But if you have ever gone inside there, you can go through, and all around the entire restaurant, there's all these different clear bottles that are scattered around as if it's some sort of assembly line. That's because when the Springs Bottling Company went out of business, Morimoto came in and they said, you know what, we like the look, we like the design, we're just going to kind of keep everything here. So the Springs Bottling Company would be purchased up and everything would go around and kind of disappear. Now with that, we also have our beautiful water here, which also kind of has the name Springs in it, because when you look around at different times of the year, you will see different springs erupting here, but more so on the other side of this bridge and over here, but that one's not working at all right now as well. So, but it's the water actually springing to life and having it so it goes through. Now, as the time would go on, more and more things would start to come here, mainly due to the fact that one, the Deluxe Burger, or the family that owned the Deluxe Burger ranch, were so successful that they started to have more and more people come to this area. And then on top of that, we would actually go through and have it so more and more people wanted to have it so things like the World's Fair was held here. I know what you're thinking. What? The World's Fair was held at Disney Springs? Well, according to our fictional storyline, yes it did, because everything comes through this area after that family founded those waters. So let's go take a look at that real quick. While we start walking to our next area, Frank, what's our first topic for trivia?
Oh, I have a great idea.
Wreck-It Ralph.
No. Food.
Oh, you want food trivia?
Food. Food trivia is the perfect trivia. I'm good at that.
Okay.
What's the number one?
Wait, no. We're throwing the trivia questions at you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I thought I was throwing them to you.
No. It's you versus them. You're choosing the topic.
Okay.
Okay, what was your question?
Food.
What was your question?
What's the most popular food at Disney?
I would say popcorn.
No. That is not correct.
The Mickey Mouse ice cream bar.
That is correct. That is correct.
I was going to say that one first, and I was like, no, people buy popcorn a lot around here.
If we're going by, ice cream bars are smaller. So.
But if we're going by individual popcorn, there's a lot more popcorn that's sold.
That could be true. What other food questions do you have?
Okay, my food question I was going to throw at you. I don't know if anyone in the trivia is going to get it, or in the chat room is going to get it. I have faith that someone's going to know.
Okay.
What was the name of the restaurant where the first character dining location was located?
Didn't you just say this?
On the chat?
Yeah.
Were you watching last?
Yeah.
I was trying to give them a heads up.
Wait a second. But I didn't hear what the restaurant was because it was too loud.
It's in Disney Springs.
Yeah. Said it was here because Santa Claus.
And did deal with Santa Claus.
Was it Rainforest Cafe?
Nope. It's where Paddlefish currently sits, if that helps at all. But it's not the one that you used to like. What was the I'm drawing a blank on the name right now.
Oh, let's say Burroughs. It wasn't Burroughs. I think that was before my time.
No, because I ate there with you one time.
One time? I ate there one time.
You said I didn't like it. Oh, Bone? No.
Oh, Bonefish.
I'm
Fulton's.
Fulton's Crab House.
Fulton's.
I didn't like Fulton's.
I did like Fulton's. They had the crab.
Yeah, that's why I said that you liked it.
They had the crab claws.
What was before that? Oh, they got in the chat room. Empress Lily.
Emperors.
Empress Lily. It was named after Lily in Disney.
I don't even remember going there.
I don't think
Empress
you.
Lily.
I'm pretty sure you. It probably wasn't even around when you started coming to Disney.
I only went one time when they had Pleasure Island. I
Okay.
went one time to
So
Pleasure
even
Island.
then, Empress Lily was closed before then.
So yeah, I would have never seen it.
Okay, give us another topic and we'll throw it out there. Trivia question.
Well, since today we went and saw Journey of Water, let's do a Moana.
Moana question. Oh wait. Ooh, that's a good one. Moana question. Oh, I got one. Which Disney character that is not in Moana, or I'm sorry, that is, let me rephrase this. Which Disney character who's not originally from Moana does Maui transform into during the movie Moana? So it's originally a character from a different Disney film.
That Maui transforms into.
That Maui transforms into. While you think of that, let's do some more fictional history here of Disney Springs. So if you look above us here, we got these things with really ugly lights on them. It's kind of tough to see. But we got this station right here. We got this station right here. Now, this was actually railroad tracks that would take people in when the World's Fair was happening at Disney Springs. If you actually go over to the guest relations area, or the welcome center as it's called here, if you go to that area and look around in that lobby area, there are, I want to say it's 6 pictures, maybe it's only 4 pictures. And those 4 or 6 pictures actually go through and tell the entire story in picture form of Disney Springs. I will do waterfront. We'll walk down the waterfront and see who gets the trivia questions here. Okay. Oh, Shelly got it. Sven. Sven from Frozen. It's one of the characters. We'll do another Moana question while we're there. I actually did a YouTube short about this not that long ago. During the You're Welcome sequence of Moana, you actually go through and you can see another Disney character is found in tattoo form on Maui's back. Which character is it? I'll give the movie. It's The Little Mermaid. It is Flounder. Yes, it does give it away, apparently. All right, Frank, choose another topic for us.
Let's do Beauty and the Beast, since this is originally from Paris, isn't it?
They do have one in Paris, too. Yeah. They got one. And actually, the one that's in Paris, I believe, still has the characters on it. Do you remember you saw when the character? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember which characters were on there?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan was one with Wendy, but no other ones. The other two children weren't there. The highest character is also the highest character that's at World of Disney. I don't know if that helps at all. Think flight. Think iconic Disney character that can fly. Think at the start of almost every Disney, like the Disneyland television, yeah, Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was at the highest point. We also had the genie by himself. We also had Aladdin, Jasmine, and the magic carpet on a different part of the balloon. There was also Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather from Sleeping Beauty. And I want to say there was one more. I'm just drawing a blank on who it was. Okay, but you wanted a Beauty and the Beast question. So let's do a Beauty and the Beast question. Let's say... Oh, I got a good one. Okay, so during Beauty and the Beast, Maurice goes off to the fair. Obviously, he never makes it there. Spoiler alert if you have not been watching movies for the last 32 years. And he comes across a sign. And the sign has a bunch of different things that he can't really read. But two of them are cities that can be found in California. What are the two cities?
If I had to guess, Anaheim?
Anaheim's one.
Second one, Glendale.
Not Glendale. That'd be Pixar.
Oh. No. Pixar's Emeryville.
Oh, wait. Glendale? Which one's Glendale?
Glendale's LA.
Oh.
That's where corporate is. Burbank.
Burbank, yep. Burbank is the one.
Glendale's where the tax building for Disney is, where they have artwork from the D23 Expo.
By you.
Correct.
Oh, look at the moon.
It's a Halloween moon. After
I'm trying to zoom in, but the chat room keeps on popping up. Let me zoom in. See, no, stop it. It's not letting me do it. Usually it lets me do it. It's this massive thing right here. That's the moon. It's tough to see on here. But I don't know why it's not letting me zoom in right now. By the way, I think this is one of the most underrated walkways in Disney property. Because there's almost every time you have it to yourself. Oh, let's do that. Okay.
A little windy though.
People in the chat room, plus Frank, plus myself. Best walkways on Disney property.
Boardwalk.
Boardwalk, okay.
Boardwalk is pretty good.
My number one is the walkway from Magic Kingdom to the parking lot. Past Grand Floridian and Polynesian.
That's a nice long one, yeah. I like that one too.
I would also, Boardwalk's a good one. I would say...
You like the Jungle Trek in Animal Kingdom.
I do like the Jungle Trek. Actually, I like the Maharaja Jungle Trek. I like the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail.
How about the one at Wilderness? Fort Wilderness.
Oh, Fort Wilderness has a great one. That's a great running trail. We've never ran there before, have we?
I don't think we've run that before.
I've ran there a few times in the past.
Practice run.
Oh yeah, Walt Disney Imagineering's in Glendale. Yep. Thank you, Matt. I was drawing the biggest blink. I was like, I know Glendale. I can't think of why I know Glendale. Okay, let's do a very obvious trivia question. And when I say it's very obvious, you're going to know why it's very obvious. Where in the world was the first ever permanent Cirque du Soleil location at? Right here. Back when it was Lanuba. They got a lot. They've got Genie, Ariel, some Fantasia segments. Have you seen this one? The new one? I really like the new one. I saw it opening night. John Stamos came out and said a few words. And then as soon as the thing closed, like, he was out the door. And they had a private party out here for all the performers and all these, like, big celebrities. I was so underdressed. I was like the only person who was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. But it was so cool. That's the only time I've gone to it. Did you ever go to Lanuba when that was here? I really liked Lanuba too.
Maybe we did. Yeah, we did. Samantha went.
All these people look like they're freezing. I've not eaten at City Works yet either. Oh, that's a good question. This is just us talking. People can listen on. How many restaurants have you not eaten at on property? Because if you guys don't know, Frank is like a massive food person.
I have not eaten at City Works. I don't think I've eaten there.
Okay, I was gonna say I've eaten at House of Blues. I've not eaten at Helio, but I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Not tried.
I've eaten at M&M.
I didn't even know M&M was here.
You didn't know M&M's was here? This has been around for like 3 years now.
Tells you how far I get down.
Have you eaten at Splitsville?
I've eaten at Splitsville.
I was gonna say Splitsville, in my opinion, has the best barbecue chicken pizza I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
Right there. Yep. And then if you want one of the best burgers on property, we're approaching the location right now, and it's gonna blow your mind what it is.
Donuts.
The donuts. Have I told you about
No.
this? Oh my gosh.
I heard about it. You said it blows your mind. I'm like, oh, it's got to be a donut.
So the first time I ever had there, I went there one time, and I was like, hey, you guys have donuts here, or burgers. Like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh, I'll try your burger. I was like, is it good? And they're like, oh, it's really good. And I was like, okay, I'll do a burger. And they're like, would you like that in a bun or in a donut? And I was like, a donut? And since then, I probably had it 5 or 6 times. It's so good.
Everglades?
Yeah, right here at Everglades. And if you want, we found, I was talking to some people not that long ago, you can order ahead online, but you can't order the burger online. Which is a shame, because it's so good. Like, it's one of those things where afterwards you might walk in front of traffic because you can die of having it.
Now I want to try it. Just to try it.
I've eaten at the movie theater.
I've eaten at the movie theater.
At the Diamond.
Dine-in too.
Okay.
Yep, both of these.
Have you had salt and straw?
I have had salt and straw.
I don't like salt and straw. It's not that good.
They change their flavors, but every once in a while they get a good flavor, but their flavors are odd at times. A little different. You like something different.
I like chocolate and I like peanut butter. What are the flavors? Limited editions. Blackberry tamales, the Great Candy Copia, Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin bread.
Candy Copia sounds pretty good. Butterscotch with all candies in it.
Summer House.
Don't know where that is, but
It'll be right here.
But is it from somewhere else? Like, does it
No,
come
no,
from-
no. It's owned by a different company, but this is like their first one ever. Oh, this is new. I just have to say I've been in every store at Disney Springs. I've been in every one before, so. Okay, if you go through the parks, have you eaten at every restaurant that's at Magic Kingdom? Have you eaten? Okay, we'll go. We got Tony's Town Square, Crystal Palace,
Liberty Tree, yep.
Liberty Tree, Skipper Canteen.
Yep. Yeah.
What about all the quick service? Have you done the quick service?
Yeah, Magic Kingdom is.
Have you eaten the Candy Cauldron? You've eaten the castle? Have you done Cinderella's Royal Table?
No.
Oh.
No, I have not done the castle. No.
You've done Beauregard, I know. I've been with you for that.
No, I have not done.
And I know you've eaten at Cosmic Rays. I've eaten there with you. Oh, wait, so you haven't done the castle. Okay, Epcot.
Starbucks there.
Epcot, you got to be pretty close to all of them in Epcot.
Yeah. Because I've eaten at Chef de France and what's that?
Monsieur Paul's.
Monsieur Paul's.
I've not eaten at Monsieur Paul's. That's the only one I'm missing in Epcot.
That was an expensive endeavor.
Was it good? I had someone invite me. Let's switch here. Oh, Mickey and Minnie. When I was up home, my little brother and I watched the new Little Mermaid. He hadn't seen it yet. And he kept on playing video games, and then he kept on going, wait, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, stop playing your video game and watch the movie with me. Because I think he was thinking it was going to be like a shot-by-shot remake.
Does it count if you go on that teacup that you're on a ride?
Does it? Wait a minute.
You have to sit in it for, how long is the teacup? 18 minutes?
No, it's like a minute and a half.
1.8 minutes? You sit in it for 1.8 minutes. It's a ride.
Go through. All right, let's do another trivia question.
Okay, how
Give it-
about Jack Skellington?
Oh, Jack Skellington. That's a good one. Jack Skellington. What movie does Jack Skellington appear in? This is an easy one.
Nightmare After Christmas.
It's Nightmare Before Christmas. Ah, you almost got it. Okay, Jack Skellington. If you go on an attraction at the Magic Kingdom, you can find 13 hidden Jack Skellingtons. What is the attraction?
On a mansion.
Haunted Mansion, yeah.
13?
There's 13 of them.
I bet Morgan doesn't know that.
So when you're going past the library, there's a book at the very top that says Nightmare Before Christmas. It's got a little Jack Skellington on there. And then on the ground, there's another book that says, or it's got a picture of just Jack Skellington. When you're going through the attic, on the left-hand side, on the ground next to the first portrait, there's a book, and it's Jack Skellington's on there. When you're exiting the attic, on the right-hand side, the back shelf, there are, or I guess it's 13 Nightmare Before Christmas references, I should say. Because then on the back shelf, there is a Jack Skellington, there's an Oogie Boogie, there's a Sally, and there's a Mayor. And then there's one in the graveyard that's etched on the tombstone. And I'm trying to think of the other ones. I just talked to someone not that long ago who got to do a behind the scenes tour of the Haunted Mansion. And I met up with them. They're like, hey, did you know that there's hidden Jack Skellingtons? I said, yeah, there's 13 hidden Night Before Christmas. And they said, 13? Guess there was only told us about 4 of them. And I started telling him, like, I'm going to go back there. And he went back and he's like, you're right. He's like, they didn't even know about those. I'm like, haha, subscribe.
So being that this weekend is run weekend, if you had to pick one character to run with you for a full half marathon, what character would you pick?
Oh, that's a good question. That's to the chat room too. Okay, so if you're doing a Run Disney race and you have to do a full half marathon with a run or with a Disney character, which character? Oh, that's a good question. I like that question.
I pick Ryan Reynolds. Pick me up.
Why would you pick her? Yeah, but he's so slow.
That's okay. I'm not going for speed.
I'm thinking Dash from The Incredibles. I'll
Did he
just,
pick you up?
I would just tie a rope around me and him. And I'm just being dragged on the ground.
Great. Well, we should move.
I'm convinced I'm the person who is responsible for closing down this shop. This is everything but water. And one time, because there was never anyone in there, and one time, because it was all swimsuits and stuff, one time I walked in there with a bottle of water, I said, "Ha ha, you're liars!" And no one laughed.
Get out. Get out.
I was like, it's not everything but water, because I have water. Yeah, no one found it amusing. And that, my friends, is the story of why I'm single. Did you see the new Lululemon?
Of course.
I was going to write to you the day that it opened and say, oh, because it opened when you guys were in Clearwater.
I was here.
Oh, were you here that day? Because I was gonna write and say, oh, I said the new Lululemon's open and they're giving out $500 gift cards to the first 50 people. Because Scarlett was like, I don't want to go to Disney. I just want to hang out at the beach. Oh yeah, what are people's answers for the character?
Who would you run with?
I'm not getting a Vera Bradley bag for anyone. I'm poor. On that note, if you guys want to become Patreon pals, so I'm no longer poor, follow the link in the chat. That kind of looks creepy. Doesn't it look creepy? I'm gonna get you. Run, 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 fast as you can. I'll catch you. I'm the gingerbread man. All right, let's go to the left over here. We'll cut across this crowd right now.
What's the left burger fry?
Because over here we have the spring that we were talking about earlier. And lately, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. But we'll try it today. Go, Frank, go, go, go. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Whew. It's more exhausting than it looks. And my favorite thing is when you do it in front of like little kids and they're like, oh. And then the parents get mad because they can't do it and they're like, that man. Okay, if you could, wait, do we? You want Wreck-It Ralph?
I'm thinking about it.
I say Dash.
Carry
You tie a rope around Dash's waist and your waist,
Oh my gosh.
and then at the end, one, you're qualified for the Olympics. Two, you're most likely unconscious from being dragged for 13.1 miles.
Oh, Frozone would be cool.
Frozone would be cool.
You just slide across the ice all the way to the finish line.
Or Elsa. If you're taking Frozone, I'll take Elsa.
That was the other question. If you were to run with a princess, which princess would you have?
Well, not Sleeping Beauty because she's asleep. I don't know
I
if
think the smartest would be
Belle.
But
I don't
Mulan
know.
has a lot of athleticism.
I don't know, no, because I think Mulan would be, because let's look at Belle's running history, okay? She sings, I Want Adventure in the Great Wide Summer while running through a field, and then immediately sits down. She clearly gets exhausted pretty quickly.
So if you had a book on the horse, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Unless we put a book in front of her on a string.
That's a good question, though. Out of if you could take
A
dozen princesses, who would win?
Merida would be good. I feel like she's athletic.
Yeah, but I think Merida is probably a little slower than everyone else because she's shorter.
No, I think Snow White and Aurora would be the two slowest. I don't. You know what? Cinderella. That girl was running down the stairs, outrunning the prince, lost a shoe, continued running in one shoe, and was still outrunning them. I think Cinderella would win.
Maybe. Have you watched
I think another one that I think would struggle would be Ariel because she's brand new to legs.
Yeah, she wouldn't do very well for in a half marathon.
I'm so glad people are tuning in to listen to you and I debate about which princesses would fail miserably. But I actually find it fascinating. So there's Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine. Jasmine would do pretty well. Oh, Pocahontas would be good. Mulan. Then you have Rapunzel, Tiana.
Tiana would be fast.
I feel like.
But who's the runner of all the princesses, really?
I feel like Cinderella. She outran all those guys. I'm giving my money on Cinderella in this race. There's only one thing to do. We need to go to Princess Fairy Tale Hall, round up the princesses, take them to a track,
go,
and say, this is what we're doing.
No, I'll tell you what. I will try to figure out how to put in ChatGPT if all these princesses ran. Who would win?
In what? In an AI? AI? I think Cinderella would win.
That would be interesting. All the combinations.
I think what we need to do now is we need to go through and rewatch the different Disney movies with princesses in it. Watch the scenes where they run. Figure out the distance. Figure out their speed. But I'm telling you.
This is getting very complicated.
I'm telling you, Cinderella ran down those stairs, lost the slipper, kept on running with a glass slipper.
I don't think you're going to beat Pocahontas in good shape.
Pocahontas,
especially with a half marathon. Cinderella doesn't have it in her to go 13 miles. She might be faster for a couple miles.
If that clock is keep on striking midnight and she's trying to get away, she's running. That's all you have to do.
Pocahontas can go for miles.
I think Pocahontas is probably the most logical winner. I feel like it'd be Pocahontas, then maybe Mulan, then Cinderella. I think that would be your top three. I haven't even been looking to see what people are saying. Shelley would run with Pocahontas. I think Pocahontas is a good bet. Let's go up here. We'll wrap up here because my phone is about to die.
So if you had to run with a Marvel character,
yeah, I know you. Oh,
no, one step. Okay, I'm done.
You would go with Hulk.
Yeah, I go with Hulk.
We'll cut over here. Quicksilver. Quicksilver would be good. I would do the same thing that I'm doing with Dash. It would just be guaranteed death, apparently. Just getting dragged around. Okay, but we are going to wrap up this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us around Disney Springs tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed our part where we talked about factual stuff, and then I really hope you enjoyed the part where we just talked about princesses running for the last 20 minutes. Because I guarantee you, as soon as we get off the camera, Frank and I are going to continue this conversation. There's not a doubt in my mind. Tonight's episode is sponsored by our Patreon pals. If you want to be a Patreon pal, just send me a message. I will give you the information on how to become one. And as always, thank you everyone for joining us once again tonight. Keep spreading the word about the Wednesday show and from Screen and Theme, and invite anyone and everyone to join the group on YouTube and over on Facebook. Oh, over here you can see the fireworks from Mickey's Not So Scary going on right now. But as always, remember that anything can happen if you let it. Until next time, have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.